Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna. Would like to just give a brief introduction about His Holiness Bhakti Vinod Swami Maharaj. He has done his chemical engineering, graduate from NIT Trichy, India, with a colorful career. Who, inspired by the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, became a full-time motivational monk. Over 35 years in ISKCON leadership, co-zonal secretary in South India, and ISKCON India trustee, bureau member, project director for various ISKCON developments, and also served as a deputy GBC and outreach committee chair. Publisher, blogger and teacher, Maharaj loves to give back the ancient wisdom of Vedas, skillfully tailoring his talks to the audience, especially motivating our youth. Just one thing, I personally like to hear Maharaj a lot. He gives a very wonderful classes on Bhagavad Gita. So that's where I was very inspired. And in fact, our Thursday program, whatever I speak also, many of the things are from his classes. So with that, we would like to welcome His Holiness Bhakti Vinod Swami Maharaj by loudly chanting 3 times. Haribo.
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vallachari Yamuna Tira Vallachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashoda Yashoda Nandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vallachari Yamuna Tira Vallachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai, 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 Nitai Gauranga. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana. Jaya Sachinandana, Gaura Hari. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Privajagacharya Ashtottara Satashi Srimad His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, whatever you want. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Prem se kaho, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Prabhupada Anuga ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki, Nittai Gaura Premanande. Can you heat it? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Udirayet. Which shloka? Any particular shloka? You can say if you have any shloka. Huh? Chapter 8. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. Please repeat. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam Buddha bhava samanvitaha. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam Buddha bhava samanvitaha. Aham, I, sarvasya, of all, prabhavaha, the souls of generations, mattaha, from me, sarvam, everything, pravartate, emanates, iti, thus, matva, knowing, bhajante, become devoted, mam, unto me, buddhaha, the learned, bhava samanvitaha, with great attention. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation: I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Purport: a learned scholar who has ruled the Vedas, who has studied the Vedas perfectly and has information from authorities like Lord Chaitanya, and who knows how to apply these teachings, can understand that Krishna is the origin of everything, both the material and spiritual worlds. Because he knows this perfectly, he becomes firmly fixed in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord. He can never be deviated by any amount of nonsensical commentaries or by fools. All Vedic literature agrees that Krishna is the source of Brahma, Shiva and all other demigods. In the Atharva Veda, Gopala Tapani Upanishad, it is said, Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedams Chagapayati Sma Krishna. It was Krishna who is the beginning, instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge and who disseminated Vedic knowledge in the past. Then again the Narayana Upanishad says, Adha Purusho Havai Narayano Kamayata Prajaha Srijayeti. Then the Supreme Personality, Narayana, desired to create living entities. The Upanishad continues, Narayanat Brahmajayate, Narayanat Prajapati Prajayate, Narayanat Indro Jayate, Narayanat Ashtau Vasavo Jayante, Narayanat Ekadasha Rudra Jayante, Narayanat Ashtau Vasavo Jayante, Narayanat Ekadasha Rudra Jayante, Narayana Dvadashadityaha. From Narayana, Brahma is born, and from Narayana, the patriarchs are also born. From Narayana, Indra is born. From Narayana, the 8 Vasus are born. From Narayana, the 11 Rudras are born. From Narayana, the 12 Adityas are born. This Narayana is an expansion of Krishna. It is said in the Vedas, Brahmanyo Devaki Putraha. The son of Devaki, Krishna, is the Supreme Personality. It's from Narayana Upanishad. Then it is said, Eko Vai Narayana Asin Na Brahma Na Ishano Napo Nagni Samo Neme Dhyau Aprithivi Na Nakshatrani Na Surya Hai. In the beginning of the creation, there was only the Supreme Personality, Narayana. There was no Brahma, no Shiva, no water, no fire, no moon, no stars in the sky, no sun. So from Maha Upanishad. In the Maha Upanishad, it is also said that Lord Shiva was born from the forehead of the Supreme Lord. Thus the Vedas say that it is the Supreme Lord, the creator of Brahma and Shiva, who is to be worshipped. In the Moksha Dharma, Krishna also says, Prajapatim cha rudram chapi ahame vasrajami vai tauhi mam navijanito mama maya vimohito. The patriarch Shiva and others are created by me, though they do not know that they are created by me because they are deluded by my illusory energy. In the Varaha Purana also it is said, Narayana paro devas tasmat jatas chaturmukah tasmat rudro abhavat devas sachap sarva jnyatam gatah. Narayana is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and from him Brahma was born, and from whom Shiva was born. Lord Krishna is the source of all generations, and he is called the most efficient cause of everything. He says, because everything is born of me, I am the original source of all. Everything is under me, no one is above me. There is no supreme controller other than Krishna. One who understands Krishna in such a way from a bona fide spiritual master with references from Vedic literature engages all his energy in Krishna consciousness and becomes a truly learned man. In comparison to him, all others who do not know Krishna properly but are fools. Only a fool would consider Krishna to be an ordinary man. A Krishna conscious person should not be bewildered by fools. He should avoid all unauthorized commentaries and interpretations in Bhagavad Gita and proceed in Krishna consciousness with determination and firmness. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadhati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanavitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamsha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitanamale Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Happy to be here with all of you in the house of Achyuta Chaitanya. And one of you has selected this famous set of shlokas, also called as the 4 famous shlokas. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva vachate mam bhuta bhava samanvita. Krishna is revealing himself. Krishna is revealing himself as the source of everything. Aham sarvasya prabha matta sarvam pravartate means the fountainhead of everything. That's why he's called Godhead. Godhead means from whom other gods come. All the demigods come. So, if you understand properly, the position of Krishna is the supreme absolute truth. It is not just another god. So many gods, that's demigods. Ahamadirhi devanam. I am the source of all the demigods. Not only that, everything comes from me. Mattah sarvam pravartate. Everything comes, both matter, spirit, demigods, living entities. Everything, I am the origin. There is no truth above me. Mattah parataram na anyat. So God is defined very clearly in Bhagavad Gita. Because God himself is expressing the philosophy, the theology, everything explained very deeply and very nicely in Bhagavad Gita. It is just that people choose to have their own perception of the truth. Some of them have a wrong perception because of their desire to have some other things in their head. They have some other desires. Some others look at God and they are not able to understand beyond the fact that the God is Brahman. Some others understand God as a supreme lovable personality of Godhead, and they establish a loving relationship with Him. So, according to Ye yata mam prapadyante tangs tataiva bhajamiham. Mama vartamanu vartante manushyaha partha sarvashaha. Everybody is searching for me, but what they think of me and understand me as, according to that they get result. If you think Sarvam Kalvidam Brahman, God is Brahman everywhere, then that's what you'll get. The Supreme Lord is giving you a choice of how you want to understand Him. That is why when you get knowledge, you should get complete knowledge. If you understand in the Bhagavad Gita, the complete knowledge is to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The personality, Him being Parabrahman. That is why Arjuna declares, Parabrahma Paramdhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashwatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum. You are the Supreme Absolute Truth. Parabrahma, Paramdhama, Supreme Abode. Pavitram, supremely pure. In this way, from his understanding, he defines, I have understood that this is what you are. So we must understand God properly. That you can do in the Bhagavad Gita. If you read the Bhagavad Gita carefully under the tutelage of a bona fide guru, bona fide spiritual master, then you can understand. It's very easy to misunderstand. It's very rare to understand properly. Why I say it's rare is because unless a person is a pure devotee of the Lord, he cannot understand fully God. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Only by devotion can you understand me. In various places in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains, only my devotee can understand this. Only through devotion can you understand this. This way he reveals to Arjuna also, Bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam hi etad uttamam. This secret you are able to understand because you are my devotee. So this is a very important point. Unless you have loving devotion for Krishna, you will not understand Him fully. God is great, understanding is a basic understanding. How He is great, Prabhupada explained that it's not enough if you know God is great, you must know how He is great. Why He is great. So this way, various levels of understanding according to your own requirement. But Krishna reveals that if you fall in love with me, you will understand everything about me. You will understand everything about me. You will become the best yogi, the best knowledgeable person. Yoginam api sarvesham madgaten antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yuktatamo matah. There's no dearth of information in the Bhagavad Gita for us to understand who God is. Very clearly mentioned. Still, people will talk all sorts of things. They'll read the Bhagavad Gita and talk so many things that are not there in the Bhagavad Gita. I don't know what fantastic imagination they've got. I am God. Never mentioned anywhere that you can be God. I don't know. After reading Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, I feel that so clear. How do people land up saying, I am Brahman, I am God? So completely off. It's because they don't see it with devotion. So Prabhupada has done great contribution to human society by very clearly explaining who is God. He explains God as the absolute truth. In the Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter, you will see Krishna explaining, it's called knowledge of the absolute. He'll explain himself as absolute truth, which is what is the real explanation given in the Bhagavatam also. God, He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But He is not one of the many gods. In India, they will think, oh, you people are worshipping Krishna. I worship Ganesha. It's okay. You can worship any god. Is this correct view? How they think is, you are a Hindu. You worship Krishna, I worship Ganesha, she worships Devi. She's very, very puja she does for 2.5 hours. I do 1.5 hours puja. How much you do? Then the devotee will say, I chant Hare Krishna for 2 hours. Oh, you don't do puja? I do puja also. Very 15 minutes I do. Only 15 minutes puja. Yeah. You see, any god you can worship. Does not matter. But actually, if you know Bhagavad Gita and because of that you are worshipping Krishna, you will have a different story to tell. I am not worshipping just another god. I am worshipping the supreme absolute truth. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. From me comes everything. That is the person whom we worship. You can't say it's just another god. Because, all this has happened because the Christians accuse the Hindus of being polytheistic. You worship so many gods. Why didn't you just tell us who is the god? Say, for me, Ganesha is God. They still get confused. But for all of you, there should be only one God, no? No, it's not like your religion. We have big choice. If you go to Walmart, it's not that if you want to buy one shaving cream, only one brand is there. So many brands are there. Like that, we can worship any gods. Like that. He thinks he has given a very great example. Like that. Oh, and that other fellow is even more confused. How do I understand this? Because in my theology, Christian theology, there is only one God. Even in the Quran is mentioned only one God. But the Hindus will keep telling that there are so many gods. So many gods. Confuse it so much. That's one thing they will tell. They also don't know who is God. And if they don't think about it too much, they don't apply their mind too much. Just do some worship. Does not quite. They don't get into it too much. And then there are people who will tell, I am God, you are God. Whole Hinduism is filled with misunderstanding of God. The common thing is, I am God, you are God, everything is God. Pantheism. God became all this, including you and me. So I am God. Very simple mathematics they have got. Narendra Modi got a nose, I got a nose, so therefore I am Prime Minister. Very simple logic. For things to do with God, anybody can say anything, nobody will say anything. Free for all. But anything I talk about your company, the product, no, it's like this. You have a definition, you have a paka, system, and my product is different like this, like that, and I know everything about it. But God, what is it? Whatever you want, you can believe. This is the way people follow religion in Hinduism. They don't care also. If somebody says something about God also, it's okay. Very superficial, very ritualistic, not deep at all. This way they have understood. It's only Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada came and clearly spoke who is God and destroyed all these other theories. If you're really interested in knowing God, you should read his book, his Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, mostly you will never know who is God. And you become popular and you talk all sorts of nonsense because you're popular. You see, somebody was telling me, in the airport, I normally draw second looks and third looks. And I'm amused, especially the Americans. Most of the places you have, they look around and take a second look. Take a second look, quickly. And I am amused, so I keep looking at that fellow. Immediately he'll turn his face. Look around. But this person really looks odd. And I do look odd. And I'm happy about looking odd. I'm attracting attention. But nobody dares to come and talk to me. I don't know why. But somebody makes a, if you're an American like this, they'll come and talk to you. was an Indian. So we were standing in the queue just for boarding. So he asked, standing next to me for a long time in the queue, he turned around and I looked at him and then he said, Indian? He asked me. I asked him, what do I look like? Then he smiled and said, yeah, Indian. Then he immediately spoke about one famous guru and said, you know that guy? Something he said. Then he said, very popular. I said, yeah, very popular. And then he said, he speaks very nicely, very popular. I said, yeah, he speaks nicely. That may not be that everything he speaks. He may be popular, but everything he speaks may not be the truth. He started laughing. He so loudly he laughed. All of a sudden. I just made a gun. He's popular, but everything he speaks may not be the truth. He said, laugh. I said, you're right. He said that. People are intelligent. It's just that they observe. They know. And they can see through. Krishna is in the heart of everybody. This thing works so interestingly. Krishna is in the heart of everybody. And he makes the faith steady. That he says in the Bhagavad Gita also. If somebody is very interested in knowing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, what is the truth, whereas Krishna says, I will give knowledge to him from within the heart. Tesham evanukampartam hamagyana jamtamah nashayami atma bhavasto jnana dhipena basvata. He says that here in the 11th sloka. To show them special mercy, I dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. If you're genuinely interested and you're looking for it, you'll get it. Especially if you meet a pure devotee of the Lord. When you meet a pure devotee of the Lord, it's the greatest fortune for you. The greatest fortune is to meet a pure devotee of the Lord. Because simply by his association, you will get to know who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead very easily, without much difficulty and trouble. So, it's not difficult to know the Supreme Lord. If we are interested in knowing, we can get to know from the Bhagavad Gita. And pure devotees of the Lord like Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Prabhupada have dedicated their life for marketing and telling people what is the truth. Right? So, you can get to know. And that same Supreme Lord has also appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he has made it even more easy to understand. The Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has said it's not so easy to understand me. Mam tu vedana kaschana. Me nobody knows. It's not so easy to know me. But if you surrender, you'll know me. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Then you'll know me. You'll develop love for me. But Prabhupada said that Krishna laid this condition. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said simply open your mouth and chant Hare Krishna. If you open your mouth and chant Hare Krishna, I will give you the mercy to understand the Supreme Absolute Truth. So it's a huge leap. That's why it is mentioned Mahavadanyaya, very hugely merciful. Very hugely merciful. But we take it very lightly. To people who don't know God, don't know the value of knowing God, Because they should know God, the Lord is making it easy. But that does not mean that it is cheap. We must know that the Supreme Absolute Truth is becoming so easily available. And that's why it's mentioned, Vichar koile chitte pabe chamatkar. Shri Krishna Chaitanya daya karoho vichar. If you meditate and try to understand the mercy of Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then you will know Vichar koile chitte pabe chamatkar. You become highly enlightened simply by applying logic and science to the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If you get to understand the mercy, you will get enlightened. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, and he is in a very, very merciful mood. Therefore, we are getting to understand Bhagavad Gita. That is not that we should think that you are very great and you can chant a few shlokas and you can give a little class sitting on a podium and you can very easily understand what Prabhupada has mentioned. And it is because of the mercy of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that we are understanding easily. That is why Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami were very, very rich, very, very knowledgeable, very proficient, very capable. The different types of qualities they had, very high class, Brahmin family. But they did not think that because of their material qualifications, they are understanding God. They rather thought that because of my material qualifications, I am not able to understand. Janma Aishwarya Shutashibhir Yedamana Matha Puman. Janma, good birth, wealth, good looks, education, all these things become a great impediment to understanding who God is. Because humility will be very difficult. Janmaishwarya Shutashibir Yedamana Madhapuman Naivarhatim Abhidhatumbai Twam Akinchana Gochara. But you become the property of those who don't have anything. So you say, we ourselves become an impediment in understanding God because of our proud attitude and thinking that we are very great. This is the reason why we don't understand. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, when they met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Ramkheli, they were so humble and they were genuinely humble. They tied a cloth around their neck. They took a piece of straw from the street, put it in there. Dante Nidhaya Trinakam. They flat Dandavat Pranam they give. And they started crying. People think that we are pundits and we are very good in understanding certain things. But they don't know that we don't know. We don't know anything. We don't know anything. Why? Mattulyo nasti papatma. There is no papi equal to me. Mattulya nasti papatma. Na aparadhi kaschana. Neither is there somebody so offensive like us. Aparadhe lajje me. I am feeling so ashamed to speak about my sinful activities. Kim bruve purushottama. What can I tell you? My dear Lord, I am so low because I am born in a Brahmin family, but I am working for a Muslim king. He eats the cow, is very sinful, is adharmi, and I work hard for him. He gives me money. With that money I have become rich and famous. Can you think of somebody worse than me? In this way, an analysis of your own material position and not being proud about it, but being sad about it. And because of this reason, I will not get your mercy. In this way, they identified correctly. This is our position, and they fell at the feet of Lord Chaitanya. They impressed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so much because of the genuine prayer and the genuine feeling. And Lord Chaitanya said, Aji hoti hai dunhara naam rupa sanatan. He instantly initiated them. First meeting, and they paid obeisances. From today onwards, your name is Rupa and Sanatan. Dhainya chhada tumi tumhare dhainya fate moramana. Give up your humility, because your humility is breaking my heart. For the Lord to tell the devotee that your humility is breaking my heart, it must be so genuine. So genuine. So it is rarely that material people will be like this. It is not so easy, right? So humility is the hallmark of a genuine devotee. This is very important to know. What is humility? Humility means knowing the greatness of Krishna and knowing how small you are. If you genuinely know, you become humble. That's why it's mentioned here, Aham sarvasya prabho matta sarvam pravartate. Krishna is telling this so that you will understand, so that you will become humble. You see, you become humble. Our greatest problem is pride. And we are not willing to give it up. And when we are asked to be humble, we will just put it up externally. Prabhu. It is not that by putting up externally a feeling of humility will come. These are all qualities that will come only through devotion. Only through devotion. To some extent, it may come through culture. To some extent. That is a little mechanical and ritual. But genuine humility will come. Then you can be conferred with understanding of Krishna. So even devotees of the Lord, if they become proud, they will forget Krishna. It's not easy. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, you will see the humility. Because more a person has got knowledge, genuine knowledge, more he'll become humble. More he'll become humble. That's important for us to know. That's why a devotee is humble. A devotee is humble because he knows, actually I am a nobody. In front of Krishna, in front of the Acharya, who am I? I have somehow got good fortune and I have come to know about Krishna and I have got an opportunity to serve him. I am very fortunate. I am very fortunate. So normally speaking, it is mentioned that it is not easy for anybody to become a knower of Krishna. It's because of fortune. Fortune means association with a pure devotee. Only then it happens. It clicks inside you. It's because Krishna is very merciful. And he is knowing that you are desiring and you should be given that opportunity. See? So, we should always be very grateful to devotees, especially those who teach us by their example, who teach us by their knowledge, by their behavior, by their culture, how to practice Krishna consciousness and how to remain humble in the service of the Lord. Then only aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate will click inside us. Yeah? Sometimes devotees of the Lord, they may not be known. In India there are so many wonderful devotees. They have got their association with Krishna and they are practicing devotional service. Krishna is relating with them. You may not even know them. They may not be on Facebook and Twitter and whatever, in fact, but they'll be completely absorbed in Krishna consciousness. They may not be popular. But what is amazing is that they are connected with Krishna very deeply. Sudama was like that. Sudama was a very insignificant person, very poor, not very rich. And he had quite a few kids. And it looked like the guys, what, you don't do family planning properly. And you're not at all intelligent. How can you manage so many people? You have no understanding. People don't mix with these type of people. He is not, slick and smart. But Sudama had Krishna actually with him. Tvam akinchana gochara. Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shri. None of these things he has. Shruta, knowledge he has. Brahmana. So, but he is very happy. The good thing is, he is very happy because of his Krishna consciousness. And others will think, what is there in you that you are feeling happy? Why are you feeling happy? See, we had this land transaction, we were buying land in South India. And the landlord cheated us by bringing us to the registration office and then revealing to us that actually I've already sold this boy. He said, you signed agreement with us, no? And now on the day of registration you're saying I've already sold this land to 4 people. I said, what type of straightforwardness is this? He said, if you want, you take it. Otherwise, you leave it. Who are you? What do you have with you? You're just a sadhu. You have nothing with you. He told me. I have one whole company. I have so many crores investment. Who are you? He told me. I was sitting in the car and he was outside in the office. I said, I am definitely somebody because you have come all the way to register the land which you have given to somebody else. Although you know it will not happen, the registration, why have you come here then? So I am important, that's why you have come here. He started saying, who are you, what are you? I was just smiling and saying, I am nobody. I don't have anything with me. I just work for Krishna. And I was smiling. So he said, why are you smiling? Why are you smiling? I said, because I am more happy than you. I don't have anything and I am more happy than you. He became furious. He said, you should go and find out these landlords and on your own you register the land. I will not do it. I said, I don't mind. Because I am buying it for Krishna. If you want, I can do that for you. Then I actually located all these 4 people who had this thing and all over the world in different places, his children. And I got them to sign a power of attorney and within 2 months it was ready and he had to come again. Then he was giving me a different look at that time. He was saying that, how did you do this within 2 months? I said, I am doing it for Krishna. It irritated him even more. For Krishna. Then he said, one very interesting thing he said. In the long term, we will know who will really be happy, he said. The long term we'll know who is. Then I said, that's exactly correct what you said. So people are wondering why you are happy. Because you don't have anything with you. Why are you happy? What's the reason you are happy? They get irritated, you are happy. I am struggling so much for happiness with Janma, Aishwarya, Shrutashri, and you are happy so simply. Sudama is nothing with him, but he is naturally happy. You can't beat this natural happiness that comes out of devotional service. It's very natural. And it gives him fearlessness. Sudama was not very afraid. And his wife said, why don't you, you're always talking about your great friend. Why don't you actually go and ask him something? Because every time he will come and tell his wife, I know what you're thinking. You think my husband is a very poor fellow. He doesn't have anything, nothing with him. Do you know that Krishna is my friend? Do you know Krishna, the supreme absolute truth, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, is my class friend? Don't think I'm a nobody. He'll tell her. So every time she'll say, okay. So this time she asked, since he's your friend, why don't you go and ask him for something? Very nice lady, devotee. She just lightly asked. And he immediately thought it's a good idea, because I can get to see Krishna. Good excuse I have. You only told me to go and see. I'm going. And he said, you have anything to take as a gift to Krishna? Then she immediately ran, because there's nothing in the kitchen. She ran from the backside, went to the neighboring house and said, can you give some? And she got Pratukaika Mushtim, 3 handfuls of flat rice. Poa. She tied up in a cloth and gave to her nice husband. And she was very concerned. Please look after yourself, you're going a long way. He said, don't worry. Nothing to pack for you, no lunch, no packet, nothing. He went all the way. But he was very happy. He was dancing and chanting, why? Uttama Shlokam. I am going to see the Supreme Lord. And I've got a chance and opportunity. Simple joys of a devotee. Simple thing, he is very happy. I'm going to go and physically see Krishna. He is very happy. He went all the way. When he arrived in Rukmini's palace, in the gate, his ribs were pointed out, and his chadar was so thin you can see the ribs through the dhoti. And he was inquiring, is this Krishna's place? They were thinking, I can't say I am, what do you want? Like they were asking him something and he was explaining that I want to see Krishna. Why you want to see Krishna? I am his childhood friend. He was trying to tell them the truth. He doesn't know anything, no diplomacy, nothing. But inside, Krishna was sitting on the couch, like this huge couch, relaxing. And Rukmini was fanning him. They both were talking, and other attendants and all were there and all that. And then from here he looked at the gate and said, Sudama! He shouted like that, just got out of his couch and ran. He just ran, dropping everything. Some explanations say his chadar fell down. He didn't bother to pick it up. Some explanations say he didn't wear his chappal, he just ran barefoot to the gate from the inside of the palace. The Rukmini was very stunned. Hey, kaun hai yaar? Somebody is so much important than me. I never seen him running like this for anybody. They ran to the gate. And Sudama is a nobody. He has no money, nothing. Look at the value Krishna has got for Sudama. The whole world has no value for him. Krishna is running from his couch, ran to the gate. The Bhagavatam beautifully says that he went and embraced Sudama. Sudama! And then he put his chin on Sudama's shoulder between his neck and started crying. Krishna cried. Shed tears that fell on Sudama's shoulder. He was so happy to see Sudama. Because he was such a pure devotee. Such a pure devotee, simple. He had captured the Lord by his devotion. So he embraced him and brought him and said, so happy to see you here. You came all the way here to see me. And then Sudama is, a very quiet, shy person. He's so happy to see Krishna. Krishna is embracing him and bringing him, and then he put him on the asan and washed his feet. Sudama was a skinny Brahmana, And he's been walking so many days together. He looks very tired and skinny. His eyes all gone inside, his cheek gone inside, ribs all coming out. So he took a bath in Krishna's opulent palace. He was given a big feast by Krishna. He ate nicely, comfortably, slept, took rest on Krishna's bed. Everything Krishna arranged for him. And then, when he got up and he was rested, he was again looking at Krishna. All he knows is to look at Krishna. Even in the class, when they were all together, students, teacher is teaching absolute truth, Brahman. He will be all the time looking at Krishna only. All the classes, just look at Krishna only. Here, absolute truth, Brahman is sitting here. I just have to see him. Why should I listen to explanation of who is absolute truth? I know this is Brahman. He is sitting here. I should look at him. That's the best lesson. Best lesson. So he was all the time looking at Krishna. Oh, beautiful, my dear Lord. This is how he was doing. And now also he was looking at Krishna, and Krishna is washing his feet, everything. So relaxed. Krishna is talking to him and touching his feet, but Krishna knows that his wife has given me something. And he is going to give me that gift. That will be the best. Krishna wants to enjoy it. So he is waiting. How are you? What happened? He is asking, did you got married? No. How is your wife? He is asking. So that he will remember, my wife has given you something. He is giving hint. He will tell, no, my wife is giving you something. He said, how many children do you have? How is your wife? Like that, he doesn't. Sudama decides that I don't want to give this now. This palace is so huge. Everything is so opulent here. And I've got big feast, nice dhoti and all I'm wearing. And this dirty thing, how can I give him? This is not commensurate with this thing. So he said, I'll keep it here only. So Krishna gave a hint and found that this fellow is not giving. So he said, very directly asked him, Kim upayanam anitam brahma me bhavatad grihat. He directly asked him, is there any gift you brought for me from home, O Brahmana? This is shamelessness, no? You call, a guest has come to your house, will you ask him, kuch laya hamare liye? You brought something from home for me. He's a poor man. But he's asking him, you brought something for me from home. Did you bring any gift for me from home? So hungry Krishna is for Sudama's love. Then also Sudama does not give. Nahi dunga main. I'll not give. It's not fit. Then Krishna decides this fellow will not give. I know him from a young age, how he is. He put his hand there and said, what is this you're carrying with you? What is this you're carrying with you? And he opened it and said, this is what you bought for me. My gosh, so wonderful. You brought this gift for me. This way he opened it. And he was appreciating it so much. And he spoke to Sudama that, patram phalam toyam pushpam yomi bhaktiya prayachati. Even if you give me a leaf, flower, fodder, from my devotee, I'll take it. He's telling, don't worry, that it is something it is filled with devotion. So he took and ate. One full handful he started and relishing it. Then Rukmini was seeing, my gosh, this person really getting a lot of attention. And she immediately, as soon as he ate, everything offered to Sudama. His whole house became a palace. His wife became a big queen. Everything happened. And then, when he was trying to eat the next thing, Rukmini took it off from him and said, even we need, no, how can you eat alone? She took it off from him. Because the acharyas say that if you eat another mouthful, I have to go and become his servant. I am Lakshmi. I've already given him everything now since you desire it. So she took it off from him and Krishna obeyed. And Sudama didn't at all ask anything from Krishna. His wife said, go and tell him it's something. But Krishna knows this fellow will not ask me. I know him will not ask me also. But he is very thrilled that he has come all the way here. So he goes back without worrying that I did not ask. He instead thinks that see, Krishna did not give me anything because my devotion will be spoiled. This is my greatest wealth. My friendship with Krishna and my devotion for Krishna. It's preserved. And he is very happy coming back. And there's a nice whole series of wonderful shlokas. When he is coming back, he is telling how beautiful Krishna is. Kinchit karoti urvapi swadatta matram. I did something very small for me and he spoke so much about it. Falgu api bhurikari. Falgu means it is a very small thing. I did. I bought 3 spoons of flat rice. But he made it such a big thing. You brought for me gift and all that. But he gave me so many things. Big feast, a bath and fresh cloth and everything. And all that he did not mention anything about. So how Krishna values devotional service. It's very important. Very important that we value devotion to Krishna. It is not a small thing for Krishna. But all your Janma Ishwarya Shuta Shibir is nothing. Nobody bothers about that. So, the economy is based on love of Krishna. In Sudama you will see a different economy. He didn't even bother to ask about anything because he doesn't value it so much. And he goes back home and he becomes very stunned. Where is my house? There's no house there. A small kutir. And said there's a big palace. His wife is standing out. She comes to receive him. She is looking like a queen with gold necklace and dress and 50 servants next to her. But she is so happy with her husband. Even at that moment, it's mentioned that she wanted to embrace her husband. But since it was public, she didn't do it. Why she wanted to embrace her husband? Because he has been embraced by Krishna. My husband has been embraced by Krishna. I want to embrace because this is one thing I can do. I am intimately connected with him. So she was controlling herself very much. But I actually want to embrace you, my dear husband. What a wonderful devotee you are. She was very appreciative of him being a devotee. And he didn't even ask. But Krishna knew what his wife wants. Given plenty. And it's mentioned that Sudama entered the palace and he said that, no, this will make me forget Krishna. As mentioned that he slept on the floor. I won't sleep on this cot. I don't want all this opulence. I don't want all this opulence. So, valuing devotional service. Our real value is devotion to Krishna. That's why we must be very carefully cultivating devotion for Krishna. The more you cultivate devotion, the more you'll get to know Krishna. Become closer to Krishna. So Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, such a pure devotee, offered himself to Krishna, taught us these subject matters through his elaborate writing, his lectures. Then repeatedly he has shown how bhakti is most valuable. And we must have that type of a value system. That type of a value system. That Those who have devotion for Krishna, they are the richest. Those who don't have devotion for Krishna, they are poorest. In Krishna's economy, Sudama was the richest. Same way in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, there is Kola Becha Sridhar. In Bengali, Kola means banana, raw banana. Kola Becha means one who sells raw banana. The Sridhar, simple, nice devotee. He has got 1 or 2 banana trees in his house. That's all his wealth is. But he is absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Half his house is broken on the top. If it rains and all, he goes and stands underneath and chants Hare Krishna till the rain stops. But he lives his life very happily. He is very rich, actually, in devotion. And he will make leaf cups with the leaves of banana tree. And he will sell those leaf cups. Sometimes if there is this thing of banana, it's a big, lottery for him. He will sell the banana little by little, and whatever money he gives, 50% he will offer for Ganges worship. The remaining 50% he'll keep for his recycling of the banana cups and everything. And he's always chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna in ecstasy. Nimai Pandit, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as a young boy, will come to the marketplace where Kolabecha Sridhar is. All the big shops he'll go across and he'll come to Kolabecha Sridhar, small place. No table, nothing, on some tree top somewhere he's selling. And he will come and tell, I am a Brahmana's son, come to your place, what charity you will give? He will ask. Then you say, what, I am nobody, I don't have any baggage, sell few cups and then make money. No, don't lie to me, you are very rich. He will tell you are very rich. Then he'll say, no, rich are these people. He'll point out, these people are all rich, very big shop. Then say, why you also don't become like them? He is becoming rich because he is worshipping Devi. He is becoming rich because he is worshipping Shiva. Why don't you also worship Devi and Shiva and become rich? Then Kolabecha Sridhar will smile and say, that's not required for me. I'm not interested in becoming rich. I don't want it. So I'll not do this thing. In this way he will engage him in conversation. Keep on teasing him and said, but I've come to your shop, a Brahmana has come, you like to give some charity or not? He'll keep saying, what charity he can give, what I'm selling. Then he will tell, give me that banana you give. You give that banana, all my income will go. But no, you're very rich. You're simply showing the... Come and tease him every day. Every day he'll tease. Then he'll point to his house and see on the top of your house, that big squash is growing. That you should make and give me sweet. Put in that shakkar and do this and keep for me. I'm coming. Then he'll think, what I was waiting for that to grow big so I have a big sale. He's coming and telling, you make that for me. And I say, okay, what to do? Brahmana is telling, so I have to do. So he'll make that sweet and he'll eat nicely. Very nice. But I tell you, you're a very smart fellow, very rich, you're not showing it. And like that, Lord Nimai Pandit will say, you are very rich. Actually, he's trying to tell him that you have great devotion. You are very rich. And out of all the shops, he's coming in the marketplace to his shop only. And he will feel, oh my gosh, he'll come tomorrow again. He is coming again. Oh gosh, he's coming again. Anxiety for Kolabecha Sridhar. He'll give him anxiety and he'll enjoy it. He's feeling anxiety. Coming and asking, give dhan, give charity, give that. And he'll somehow pluck out something from him for charity. But the Lord was doing it and he was enjoying, simply teasing Kolabecha Sridhar. Why? Kolabecha Sridhar is very rich in bhakti. It's a very stable person. So he can take a little teasing from the Lord because he has achieved bhakti. So in this way, In the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, you will see that being rich means being a devotee. Rich with bhakti. Rich with bhakti. Such a person is free. His value system is very different and you can't attract him for anything else. This is enough for me. This is enough for me. The famous Bilvamangal Thakur, a very rich man visiting a prostitute, and you know that famous story, Chintamani. And he's in Vrindavan. And later he becomes a great devotee, blind. And he's saying, Sandhya Vandanam Bhadramastu. He's a rich Brahmana. So he's saying, you see, everybody does their Gayatri. Sandhya Vandanam, Madhya Vandanam, Sandhya Vandanam. Morning during the sunrise, they'll do Brahma Gayatri. That's called Sandhya Vandanam. Sandhya means Sandhi. He's telling, excuse me, Sandhya Vandanam, Tata bye bye. And all these different rules and regulations of the Varnashrama Dharma, excuse me, I don't have time to do that. And my Pitru, forefathers and all that, please excuse me, I don't have time to do Shraddha and all. Actually, none of these things I can do, and I'm not worried about not doing also. Because wherever I sit down now, I can be fully absorbed in that descendant of the Vrishni dynasty, Krishna. And I think this is enough for me. Whatever you want, you do. If you want to punish me, if you want to curse me, you can do. Because I cannot stop thinking of him. And I think that is enough for me. If you want, you can go and punish me. He's telling the demigods and the Surya and everything. If you want, you do what you want. I cannot do all these ritualistic things now because I have fallen in love with Krishna. I think that is enough for me. In this way, wealth means devotion. Wealth means devotion. Wealth does not mean getting material assets. In fact, they become the biggest hindrance in understanding Krishna and relating with Krishna. So, throughout the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is speaking about this. He is telling, become my devotee. Manmana bhava mad bhaktaha matyaji mam namaskuru. Krishna is marketing devotion throughout the Bhagavad Gita. Many people don't understand it. They will say karma, they will say jnana, they will say this thing. Very big sadhu in South India, Gita Jnana Yajna. For many days, he is having Gita Jnana Yajna. Gita Gyan. But you know, Gyan is definitely very important. Knowledge of Krishna, knowledge of the world, knowledge of yourself, interrelationships. All this is very important. But after getting Gyan, you must do something about it. Iti te jnanam akhyatam guhyat guhyattaram maya vimrishyeta tyaseshena yate ichasi tata kuru. The 18th chapter Krishna is saying, I have given you Gyan. Now you vimrishya, you deliberate on it. And now you do something. Yate ichasi tata kuru. Kuru means go do. When knowledge becomes applied in real life and we do something about it, then it leads to bhakti. Knowledge alone is definitely useful, very important. You will only get liberation maybe from material world. But you will not get bhakti. But once you have that knowledge of Krishna and start serving Krishna, this is why Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has made it very clear what you should do. You should read Bhagavad Gita, you should distribute this knowledge, and you should serve Krishna, and you can serve in this way, this way, this way, this way. And he does it himself and shows this is how to serve. He had made an organization, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Through this you can serve and send your service to Krishna. He made a complete process, the philosophy, how to practice the philosophy, how to go back to Krishna, everything from top to bottom. Top to bottom. Right? So, we should get knowledge, we should put that knowledge to use. Om Tat Sat, Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Any question or comment?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. You were talking about the greatness of Bhagavad Gita, in which the God is clearly explained. So sometimes when we go out for books, right, there'll be, most of them don't take it and few take it. But even if among those few, most don't even open the book. And even if they open it, they can't go much further. And even if they do it, they don't get it. They don't understand it to the point the heart is transformed. And even if we force them to listen Bhagavatam classes, still the message is still not going in. So what is that all these souls lacking?
Nothing is lacking. It's just that they have to perform some devotional service to get some understanding. They can get some knowledge. They don't have the motivation, they get through association. That is why we have so many marketing techniques. We give prasadam, we call them for a program, we dance and chant and have fun. Initially they are impacted. Oh, you guys are, fun-loving. Like that, and then they become slowly attracted by association. They purify and they come. That's our only hope. We can't do anything much because even Krishna has given them a special world in which they can practice their illusion. The only thing we can do is to pray to Krishna for them. He is situated in their heart as super soul. Now that he has got Bhagavad Gita in his hand, my dear Lord, please inspire him to read it and understand it. You can offer prayers like that. And we can very gently, nicely talk to them. This is salesmanship, Bhakti salesmanship. Gradually, there is a chance out of 100 people you distributed books to, 10 of them will become interested. It's a great score. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschat yattati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam veti tatvata. So it's already mentioned that it is very difficult to understand me. Even perfected beings cannot understand me. So they may read Prabhupada's book and they may get attached to Prabhupada. And there is a chance that they become fortunate. Don't become too attached to the result. Just go ahead and try your best. That's all.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah. Any other question or comment? Okay. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj, for the wonderful class. We will now have prasadam. Just want to announce the cooks who made the prasadam. Manjari Gopika Devidasi,